Hello, Galen from Galen's got Parkinson's. Newsflash. Um, we have a Facebook page now. Just Galen's got Parkinson's. Um, so if you fancy having a look at that, leave a comment. It's not very exciting. What I'm hoping is that over time it will become more of a community of like-minded individuals where we can share nostalgic stories, have a bit of fun. Um, so that's one thing. Another thing is I met a bloke today, and he said to me, I've got this new invention. I'm looking for investors." And I thought, "You're barking up the wrong tree here, son. I'm skinned." And he said, "Well, no, I don't need a lot." He said, "But it is a good invention." So I thought, all right, it's a nice day. I'll humour you. I said, what's the invention then?" He said, "Well," he said, "the invention is to allow you to look through solid walls." I thought, "Oh, you're all right." Yeah. I said, "What's it called?" He said, "A window." See, that was a joke, wasn't it? Shut up, it was. What do you mean? I've got my eye on you. If you like whatever this is that I do, subscribe. If I've looked through some other stuff, because some of it's about Parkinson's, some of it's about wargaming as a hobby, some of it is random nonsense. It's all about being me. If it doesn't appeal to you, don't subscribe. If you watch this and you think, "Oh, I'll like that," I'll subscribe to that. But the rest of it's not like this because my head's too random to do any one thing. So buyer beware. Um, I do a bit of work for the NHS, just trying to encourage people who've been diagnosed with Parkinson's to feel better, not to panic. Don't panic. Um, in fact, as I do some later on, I've sort of end of this month, I'm doing some serious ones, and I'll let you know how it goes. Uh, but it occurred to me because I was talking to somebody today. My attitude generally in life is if you don't, if you ignore it, it's not there. I'm not looking at it, so it's not happening. No, Parkinson's. Nope, can't see it. Grrr, grrr. Nope, there's nothing there. Nothing to look at here. But I met a chap today who was very poorly, and I wanted to say, you'll feel better if you do things, but I know he won't. He can't. He's not at that place. He's either not at that place in himself because he isn't, or because his illness will never allow him to be. I don't know. It's all right, me saying, get up and walk. And that bothered me a bit because I want to be genuine and honest and open. So I have to put a proviso on everything I say. I've learned that. Just because I say it, it don't make it right. The time in my life when I'm most certain of anything is when I'm completely wrong. Okay. What's that? I don't know, but here's another one. Yeah, so somebody famous recently, an actor, said, who's got Parkinson's, said, Parkinson's is a terrible disease because it gradually, day by day, strips you of essential bits of who you are. I paraphrase. Um, I disagree. I vehemently disagree. Uh, but I know where he started out from. When I got Parkinson's, I was working as an artist in a fine art studio, and I went from drawing very intricate, delicate watercolors and pen and ink drawings to having an hand that does that. It's not good. I went from playing twiddly bits on guitars to barely being able to strum a guitar, um, typing with a keyboard, writing with a pen. Very painful and very difficult and very frustrating. Frustration is the worst thing. You get to the end of typing something, you press the wrong button, you delete the whole flipping lot. Or you instead of putting 1A, you put out 97, and then you've got to try and manipulate yourself back to where you started from to type things out, and it's a nightmare. But over time, I've realised that's bad. Okay, fair enough. But we all have bad stuff happens, don't we? All right, we don't all have Parkinson. We don't all have whatever you've got. We've all got something. So I was thinking about that, and I've decided, maybe it's because I put a positive bent on everything, maybe it's just because it's true, that of all of the problems I could have in life, Parkinson's is a pretty good one for me. I'm lucky. Now, I'm not saying I'm lucky because I can now learn to suffer. I'm not saying that. No, I'll tell you why in a minute. But the there are ways of tackling things, aren't they? And I'm a big fan of facing problems head on, but with a smile on your face. I was very, very ill as a child, and I decided when I was about 9 that no matter how ill I felt every day through that 6 months of teetering on the edge, that I would tell myself a joke. Just one joke. It didn't have to be a good joke, but it had to be a joke. And so every day, from whenever I feel ill, that's what I do. I don't laugh. I don't believe it. I had a friend who's dead now, and he was an engineer, and he used to say, and I like this, but I don't quite understand it. He used to say, an optimist says that his glass is half full, and a pessimist says his glass is half empty. But an engineer says you've got the wrong size glass. Now, I don't make of that as you will. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But thanks for that anyway, mate. Good one. So yeah, as I understand it, Parkinson's is a lack of dopamine production in the old skull bonds. And dopamine makes you happy. So they give me tablets to make me compensate for that. The NHS has been brilliant. They've, for a long time, they provided us with just gym membership. Just an hour a week, but it's something. And what I found was that physical activity really helped. And I was enjoying it. So I was, and now I've left the NHS scheme and I've paid into the gym myself because I enjoy it. I'm not going a lot, twice a week. It's quite a struggle to get there because I have to go on the bus because I don't drive. Through the winter, it was cold. You know, all the reasons why you go down the strip. But I'm keeping it up. I don't go mad when I'm there. I'm not trying to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. I just go on the running machine and a few weights and bits and bobs. Mainly waiting around to decide what to do next. Another little joke slipped in there. But that releases dopamine, endorphins. A bit like scoring a goal or writing a cracking poem, painting a beautiful picture, seeing a gorgeous sunset. Happiness. It's like a happiness gush. But also it makes you physically feel better. I'm fitter than I was. Probably fitter than I've been since I was 40. And I'm nearly 70 now. So, yeah, I'm probably fitter now than I've been for 30 years. Apart from Mr. Wibble Wobbles there, as I like to call him. So everything comes right, really. I work hard, I train, I paint my figures, I wargame, I talk to you, because you're now becoming part of this whole process. And that makes me feel better. Making me feel better gives me more energy to do what I need to do to feel better, and so on and so forth. And as we sit here now, that is my truth. I promise you, 100% promise you, if that changes as years go by or whatever, I manage to do this for however long you let me, I will be honest in reporting what's happening. But I'm not going on some sorrowful journey. Watch me fall to bits, do my bucket list. I'm not doing that. It's just, you've met me. This is what I'm like. At the moment, it's quite a one-sided conversation, but go to Facebook, comment. I've had some nice comments on the YouTube stuff. Some new friends, beautiful. Some subscribers, beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Honestly, you make me feel incredibly happy. I don't need people to sort of think about financial bits and bobs of life. It's nice to have positive vibes. Even just a little kind sentence has been so life affirming. And I'm sure in the future, because it's never happened to me, but I've read about this sort of stuff, somebody's going to say something that's not very nice. Yeah, well, I don't know if you can say anything to me that I don't already know. I refer you to comments that were made about Phil Lynott in Thin Lizzy and his response to them, or the Duke of Wellington, publish and be damned. I'm not setting out to be provocative. I'm trying really hard not to be rude or unpleasant. I'd never dream of deliberately upsetting anyone myself. And I just sort of I believe people are nice. But I would like to see your comments. I'd like to know what you think. If you've got a friend or a family member who's in a pickle, might not be Parkinson's, it might be a different sort of pickle, and you think this might help, great. Why not tell me what the pickle is, and then I could do something specifically for them, couldn't I? Might be not. I'm not interested in wargaming, but painting a watercolor, going in the studio and writing a song. But I don't know. I'm guessing up things. There's so many things it could be, couldn't it? Shark fishing with a pork chop tied to your backside. I don't know. But I'm going to leave you with a little thought. And Parkinson's makes you a bit vacant. So I can't remember if I've done this before. But I'm going to do it anyway. Life's too short, isn't it? And to be honest, it is so good that it's worth doing again. So, what's that? I don't know. It's got a big head. Ta-ra, Chuck.